We're here, we're here, it's been a little while. It's time to sit down and just catch up because it's been a little while since I filmed last because of the holiday, and I'm ready to share with you what's been going on lately. And it's kind of a smattering of various different topics today. So I'm really happy that you guys are here. Thank you for being here. My name is Taylor and welcome. Now, I want to jump off the episode telling you what I'm drinking today out of this little festive mug that's far too hot to be a hot beverage mug. This is one of those like little aluminum mugs. I got this at where did I get this? World Market last Christmas. Super cute, right? Yeah, it's like a camp style mug, and anything you put in it gets so hot, even the handle gets hot. So it's not it's not great for hot beverages. But today I'm drinking some of this. Do you see this? This is apple cider tea by the Republic of Tea. I think this brand is fantastic. And this tea, if you like apple cider, and I mean, I'm sure there are people that don't like apple cider, but it's like apple cider, but it's tea. It's got, what is it? A caffeine-free blend of apple, cinnamon, clove, and natural flavors. And you steep it, and it's delicious. And I love it. So that's what's going on in here. And I leave the little tea bag in there because I want it to continue to get stronger, because the more it's in there, the stronger it gets and the better and more delicious that it is. Okay, we are back. Thanksgiving, which is the holiday that we celebrate here in the US. Most people do, a lot of people do. I don't know how many people do. I do. And it was fabulous. We celebrated our Thanksgiving in Santa Fe, New Mexico with my in-laws. No, not my in-laws, with my brother and sister-in-law. Yeah, I guess they are my in-laws. It was fabulous. We had a great time. Santa Fe, New Mexico is a beautiful city, but we're back and it's time to get back into the swing of things. It's December already. I'm wearing this sweater to kind of celebrate. I didn't make this. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way now. I did not make this. There's no pattern for this sweater. I didn't make it. Let's go ahead and start off by addressing, I don't even know if she's the elephant in the room, honestly, if this is what y'all came to see progress of, but this is my Terrazzo sweater by Petite Knit, and we have finally separated for sleeves. You can see I've got sleeves over here. And that just happened. It's been slow rolling on this one, you guys. I don't know what else to tell you. It just has been, but it's coming together beautifully. I'm really happy about the way that this is coming together. Yeah, so this is the Terrazzo. It's one of those days. It's December 2nd. I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I will tell you though, is that, just a minute, Gladys, just a second. I am responsible for creating Whoville houses for the 5th grade hallway Christmas decorations. And I'm putting up like the paper snow and the paper sky and the trees and these Whoville houses, because who signed up to create Whoville houses? Who ladened herself, is that a word, with that responsibility? I did. And today I have to go into the school and get them put up. And I don't know how, you know what, look, I had grand plans. Let me hold on just a second. I'm just gonna bring over my bag that I'm taking with me to the school. It's got my stuff in it. Oh, Gladys, don't go anywhere. I started out thinking what I was going to do was create like cardboard cutouts of Whoville houses. I know, we'll get back to this, just be patient. And I was gonna like cut the shape out and then add the details with paint, because I saw some things on Pinterest, and I've been away for the last week almost, and haven't had a chance to really dive into that, and we had to come in today to get it together. So I was thinking that maybe last night I would just do it. But I don't know where I thought that was ever going to be successful. So I panicked. And then I was thinking, I need to stop overthinking this and keep it simple. And so I decided to do is to remember that Whoville houses are awkward and different and kind of quirky looking and random. And so I decided to make it that way. And you're going to have to get this isn't the whole vision. You have to have the vision. Okay. So I have little Whoville house cutouts so far. And what these are going to be, and I know they're very like rough, right? But I'm going to be going over these with Sharpie and Posca pens, paint pens to add the details, like the window panes, the doorknobs, little details like that. And then they're going to be topped with little bunches of snow over the roofs, right? Because they're Whoville houses. They're going to have snow, right? This one's kind of an example. Another example. Okay, so that's kind of what I decided I needed to do, because I kind of have to keep this part relatively simple because we have other features on the bulletin boards and the walls that are more standout. So I'm going to the school later today to finish that whole project, and I'm a little overwhelmed. Okay, but that's okay because I think it's great, and these are the fun things to be overwhelmed with, and I think it really is going to be adorable when it's done. Okay, where were we, Gladys? Back here. All right. Okay, so this is the Terrazzo sweater by Petite Knit. I love it so far. It's working up nicely. The pattern is very easy to follow if you're familiar with Petite Knit. If you're not familiar with Petite Knit patterns, you do need to read through her patterns before embarking on one of her patterns, because the way that they're written it's all sweater designers write their patterns differently. And usually they stick to that format with their different patterns. So you can kind of rely on that standard, format. She, Petite Knit, has her name is Met, has her own standard format for how she writes her patterns. And so I've kind of noticed that that's just the standard. So I'm used to that. And I think it's relatively easy to follow, but you definitely do need to read through it ahead of time. So that way you're not jumping the gun on certain sections, if that makes any sense. This has been great. The only thing I'm hoping for when it's finished is for the neck to widen with blocking. I'm hoping that this loosens up a bit. I'm almost certain that it will, because this kind of ribbing tends to, especially with a single ply yarn that I'm using. The yarn that I'm using is down here. Okay. This is Noro Silk Garden Sock Solo. I apologize. This is really, I don't know why I'm leaving it on there, but it's Noro Silk Garden Sock Solo in the Omitama colorway. And I'm pairing that with mohair in a colorway I dyed like 4 years ago, called Eucalyptus. It's a very, very, very pale sage green, and it's gorgeous. And so that is what I'm using to make my Terrazzo sweater. And I'm excited to have progress on it. This is what I took with us to Santa Fe. We drove there. It's about a 9-hour drive. We split the drive into 2 days, makes it a little bit easier. But this is what I took with me because it's easier car knitting than my other project that I'm actively working on now and that I really need to get a move on. So let's talk about that one next because it's important. Okay, here we go. This is Frog. This is my frog that I am knitting for Frog and Toad. And I know he's got all kinds of ends hanging off of him because that's just the nature of these kinds of things until I finish it and weave in the ends. And I'm not going to weave ends in yet. I want to really make sure everything is right before I do that. Now, last time we talked, I had mentioned that Frog's feet were wonky. One was flipped the other direction. And you know what's weird is I think that what I thought was flipped. So if you look, it's hard to notice, they kind of are facing, the insides of the feet are facing one another. Imagine that they're like clapping. That's kind of what they are. They just kind of face one another. But I think that the way I knit one, it just kind of made it look like it was twisted the wrong direction. But they're fine. They're worked up the way I went over the pattern meticulously, and they're worked up the way that they were supposed to be worked up, and they're fine. So I've got 2 little frog legs on there. I've got a little frog hand. Like, look at these froggy fingers. Do you see these little froggy fingers? How cute is that? So I've got one frog hand and I've got another arm that I'm working on right now. I did not take this with me, which is why it's stalled a little bit because this is not card knitting. And not only that, Ronan was sitting right behind me, kind of off to the driver's side back seat. And so he would have seen what I was working on. And not that he hasn't seen it bits and pieces, but it's a little easier for me to set it down when we're home. He comes around. I mean, it's just starting to look like a frog at this point. So, there's that. But there is my frog. I am so excited. I can't tell you. I'm so excited to knit the clothes for this guy. My plan is to knit this guy to completion, meaning I will finish him, I will finish his clothes before I do anything with Toad, because this is going to be Ronan's Christmas present, and then Toad would be for Angus. They both would appreciate the little thing, but I want to make sure this one is at least finished, just in case the other one's not finished in time for Christmas. I want at least one to be finished. And because this was initially something I'm doing for Ronan, it's a little bit more meaningful for him because he was reading the books. I just want to make sure this one's done. And then that way the Toady one will be right behind it. And Angus will see that I'm working on it. I don't know if that makes sense. When you're knitting things for friend or for family, you really do have to kind of work with the time that you have. And this is always the way it is for me. When I decide I'm going to knit a Christmas present, I'm always kind of pressed for time. I think it's because I make those decisions too late, honestly. But I really do love the pattern. I'm really happy with it. It works up. I don't want to say it works up fast, but I feel like if you really sat down over the course of a weekend and just this is all you worked on in your downtime, it does work up pretty quickly. I'm happy with it. I'm a little nervous as I get to the face because I do know that when you get to the eyeballs, you have to cut a little hole in the fabric. And that's so small. I don't know what to expect with that. So it makes me nervous, but that's going to be something that I do relatively quickly because I'm almost done with the arm. But yes, I love that. I'm very happy with that, and it's going to be so cute when it's finished. And I can't wait to make the clothes that go with him as well. The other thing that I have been doing, and this is, I know, as soon as I say this, there's going to be people that are like, here she goes again, talking about video games. I guess I better click away now. Fine, if you're going to click away, it's fine. We're going to go here because it is something I enjoy doing in my spare time. And sometimes I like to talk about that here because it is all part of what keeps me sane, throughout life. Hobbies, things I like to do for fun. And one of those things is play video games. And we have finally embarked on what is considered one of the best video games of all time. It is 14, 15 years old at this point, I want to say, almost. It's called Skyrim. Now, I know there are other video gamers out there in the audience here at this channel who are probably thinking like, oh, she's finally playing Skyrim. Wow, why is it taking this long? Yes, I have finally started playing Skyrim and I love this game. Yeah, it's from 2011. Yeah, the graphics are probably not as great as video games now, but they're really not bad. And the video game is so immersive. I love it. You get to pick your character. You get to pick the character's race. I am a Nord race. There's other races that are like lizards, and one that's like, elves and things like that. It's a fantasy type. It kind of gives you this like Scandinavian fantasy feel. But I'm a Nord, so they look like humans, right? And I picked a woman, and she is like decked out. She's got war paint on her face. She's wearing really rugged armor, and she's going around Skyrim, trying to develop her skills. I've chosen to play survival mode because I want it to be immersive. I want it to be hard. This means that she's got to eat 3 times a day. She's got to sleep. She's got to make sure that she's, not eating raw meat or she's going to get food poisoning. It's just this entire immersive experience. Right now, I have figured out how to build camping supplies at the blacksmith so that when I go on my long journeys, I don't freeze to death and I have a place to rest my weary bones. I love it. Her name is Ingrid Fearloather. I made up that name. I don't know where it came from, but I love the name Ingrid, and Fearloather sounded badass. Right now, she has a fellow warrior, journeyer, adventurer. His name is Sven. I found him in the town of Riverwood. He is the bard in Riverwood, and apparently I had put myself in a position to be on the outs with the local elf in town, who is typically the person you would recruit to follow you and be kind of like your second. But that wasn't the case for Sven, the bard. And so I was able to talk him into following me on my journeys. And now he's there as like my secondhand guy.
You lead, I'll follow.
When I get into skirmishes or need him to carry a lot of my heavy loot. It's fantastic. I can't tell you enough how much I love it. And the music is beautiful. It's just a completely immersive experience. I actually think as we speak, in the living room, the TV has Skyrim ambiance because I'm just immersed in it. And I think it's such a cool video game to be immersed in throughout the holiday season. My kids will watch us play. They each have their own character that they're playing. You have to take this, you kind of have to know if your kids can play the game. I mean, there are some features, you know, you just have to know whether you're okay with them playing it, because, you know, they battle other people and stuff like that. I think it is very much more Lord of the Rings style in terms of fantasy violence. And so that is something we watch with our kids. It's a story that we love, and we love the whole fantasy realm of that. And we're okay with them playing it. Please don't leave any comments down in the comment section judging me about letting my children adventure in Skyrim. You don't need to do that. Okay, so yes, so that's what I've been doing. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. It's been very immersive for me, and a fun little, like, opportunity to vibe out at the end of the day when all you want to do is just sit there and go, you know, explore the worlds of Skyrim. And I love that. Okay, well, that's it for me today, guys. I am off to the school to make Whoville houses, and I will see you guys on Thursday. You guys, thank you for being here and listening to me ramble about all of this. I will see you guys on Thursday. In the meantime, happy knitting, happy making, happy whatever it is that you are doing. I will see you soon. Bye.